Hello, Pisces. Welcome back to Lotus Heart Tarot. I am so happy to be back with you. I am so happy to be home. I am just wow. Really happy to be here. Let's start diving right in. If you are new to my channel, I welcome you. Thank you so much for coming. These are general readings, so just keep that in mind. Take what resonates and leave the rest. These are new cards. They're kind of slippery cards. And to those of you who are regulars on my channel and who regularly comment, like, share, thank you, thank you, thank you. I have been getting notices that people thought they were subscribed to my channel and then found out they weren't. So I'm not sure what happened there, but if you want to be subscribed to my channel, you may want to check that out. I really appreciate your subscription. All right, Spirit, please show us, what does Pisces need to know? What does Pisces need to know right now? For Pisces, what does Pisces need to know right now? Okay, these cards are very slippery. You have Mars, you have asteroids and air, the sun, the moon, and you have Taurus. Interesting energy. Some of you may be dealing with a Taurus sun or someone who has strong Taurus in their chart, or you may even have strong Taurus in your chart. You also have Mars, which is the ruling planet of the sign Aries, and you have the sun, which is the ruling planet of the sign of Leo, and you have the moon, which is the ruling planet of the sign of Cancer. It is also an energy associated with Pisces. And you have air, which is Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So a lot of things coming out here as far as possible signs you may be dealing with, or signs that are strong in your chart that may just seek to serve as some kind of confirmation or affirmation. Okay. I feel really drawn to this asteroids card, and it says, none of us are just good or bad, or never wrong and always right. No one exists without polarities that are working with them, against them, and within them. Oh boy, isn't this the truth? And you know, it's interesting because I always think of asteroids as, you know, pieces of space rock that are sort of hurtling, influenced by other orbits and atmosphere and things like that. Just, it's sort of chaotic and unplanned, and it feels very accidental. But when I look at, none of us are just good or bad or never wrong and always right, no one exists without polarities, all of this to me talks about those things that we can really use to learn about ourselves if we are open to it. You know, there are a lot of people out there who feel like they have to be perfect and feel like they have to always be right. And, you know, oftentimes they will prioritize being right over having relationships, over hearing another person's point of view, over honoring a connection, over, you know, just anything, because it's so important to them. That's their top priority. And, you know, it comes from somewhere within us. And so the more we are open to really acknowledging the truth of who we are and, you know, what is sort of, what polarity or what space we're on in the spectrum, you know, of the duality of every energy. Like, pull any tarot card, right? The Six of Cups. So there is a shadow side to the Six of Cups, and there is a light side to the shadow, to the Six of Cups energy. And we are all falling in this exact moment somewhere on the spectrum there. And the for me, sort of the object of the game of life, right, is to walk the middle road, is to find that center point and to stay there. And so when something is exposed within me, to where I am, you know, more to the shadow or more to the light than I really want to be with a particular energy, then at least my awareness is there. At least I'm knowing it. And then I can say to myself, where do I want to be? Okay, how do I work to get there? What does that look like? And so it's not haphazard, but it is sort of like the asteroid in that, you know, we are just these energetic beings, and we're coming into contact with all these different energies and all these different experiences and all these different happenings. And if we take it like we have to get defensive and protect ourselves, or, you know, we have to, you know, shut down, or we have to always be right, or, you know, we sit and get down on ourselves for days on end because we wish we would have done something differently than what we did or whatever. Instead of doing all those things, if we just say, okay, let me just observe it. Okay, let me observe what my perspective was. Let me observe how I handled it. How do I wish I would have handled it? Or, you know, how would I like to handle it the next time I come into contact with that type of situation? Because chances are you will again. All right. And then, you know, you're setting yourself up for success, and you're opening yourself up to going within to fix things within, instead of trying to manipulate everything outside yourself to only come into contacts with the energies that are like you, or that go with the way you want things to go. You're building yourself into like the strongest version of yourself to be able to encounter any unpredictable situation in life and kind of know where you want to be. And even if you handle that situation and you're not exactly where you wish you were, there's no sense in getting down on yourself. It's just hey, let me look at that. What is it that I need to change within myself? You know, what decision led me to that, or what was even behind that decision that I made that led to that? You know, how do I lean into it and get as much information as I can so that I build myself back stronger? You know, it's like Maya Angelou who said, when you know better, you do better, you know? Okay, so then you have this air energy, and it says, embrace your gift of expression, knowing that your words hold the power to uplift, inspire, and create connections with the people around you. Yeah, you know, people don't remember what you say, which is interesting because this is air, and this is a lot about what we say and what we think kind of energy. But they do remember how we made them feel. And how we made them feel has a lot to do with what we say. You know, I was traveling for my mother-in-law's funeral, and I met the most, I flew home yesterday with that computer problem that was out there, and I was delayed and delayed and delayed. And it was just my son and I flying home together. And it was a long trip and a fast trip, and it was a lot. And we were exhausted. And I mean, even the flights they were putting us on, because our flight had been delayed or because we weren't going to make our connection, those were delayed. And anyway, it was a very, very long day. And I get to my last plane, and I just sit down, and it's not that I felt defeated. It was more that I felt just like exhausted and just beat up by my circumstances that day. You know, I was like, man, I need to just get home and sleep in my own bed. And I sit down, and this woman next to me starts talking to me, and she was from my birthplace, which is a very small town. And she asked me where I was coming from, and I told her, and I asked her where she was coming from, and she said that, and I said, you are kidding me. You have to be kidding me. And she was like, no. And, you know, I am a firm believer that there are just angels planted among us, and that we have these experiences sometimes with people in passing, especially strangers on planes, and you know, strangers in restaurants or bars or wherever, that help us to, in a moment, you know what I mean? And she was wonderful. And we talked about our gardens and what we were growing, and we're in two very different zones, and we were talking about just everything, life in general, you know, why she was traveling, why I was traveling, all these things. And my son actually thought that I knew her, like from home, like that I had known her forever by the time we got off the plane. He was so confused. I'm like, no, I literally just met her. But it was really, 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 really wonderful. And I will never forget how she made me feel after that really long and difficult day. You know, you know, at the end, you know, we hugged each other and wished each other luck getting the rest of the way to where we were going. And, you know, and it was like, I know I will never see her again, probably. But, you know, she just came into my life for this moment, and it was just such a welcome relief and such a beautiful experience and such a reprieve from the mental anguish of, are we going to get on this plane? You know, we're on standby. Are we going to get our number moved up? Or should we just go to the other gate and wait at that gate? And, you know, it was like all day, it was just this mental gymnastics, sitting on a plane, getting off, running to a gate. You know, are we going to get on this plane? No. That flight's canceled. You know, we got to go here. We got to go there. So, you know, it was a nightmare, and just sitting down in that moment and recalibrating and re-entering into my home space in that way was just such a gift, and I am so grateful for it. And that's like this air energy. We have the power, even with strangers, to affect their day, to affect how they feel about themselves and about their life. And what kind of impact do we want to have? What kind of role do we want to play? Who do we want to be in this world? Do we want to be an agent of change, or do we just want to keep to ourselves and not share anything with anybody, and you know, just sort of play it safe and stick to ourselves and not open up? And or do we want to say, hey, fellow traveler, you know, what can I learn from you? What do you have to tell me that I may need to know at some point? And what do I have to tell you? You know, how can we exchange information here? How can we, you know, open up to each other and learn and grow and feel connection and feel love, really? So, and then you have this sun energy, and it says you radiate with inner light, confidence, and authenticity. Just as the sun lights up the sky, your presence brightens the lives of those around you. Literally, you know, when you are right with yourself, when you take in all the information, you with you, how do I feel about how I interacted right there? How do I feel with how I dealt with that situation? Did I react or did I respond? You know, what did I take something personally? Am I sitting here and being critical and ruminating for days on end about something that I said or something that I did or something that someone said or did to me? Or am I looking at myself and saying, what can I learn from this situation? How can I empower myself to become stronger by everything that I encounter in this life? How can I welcome it in and learn the most I can from it? Because when you do that, you do tend to really radiate and really shine and really be a source of strength and calm for the people around you. And then you have this Taurus energy, and it says your perseverance can move mountains over time, but remember that bending with the winds of change doesn't weaken your strength. So, yeah, you know, it's important to persevere and to hold on to who you are, but you know, allowing yourself to change, allowing yourself to take this look and to get this insight about yourself, it really does nothing but empower you and make you so much stronger. And changing and acknowledging even a desire to change, or you know, even acknowledging that there's something you can do within yourself to change what is happening outside yourself is a very beautiful and amazing start. It's a great place. It is awakening, you know. And this isn't like something that, okay, we wake up and we're like, okay, I'm middle of the road on every single of the 78 tarot cards. I am totally in alignment. I never have to revisit this or think about this again. No, well, that's life. Every step we take, everything that we encounter, it's an opportunity for us to reevaluate it. It's an opportunity for us to introspect again and to say, okay, how are we doing now? You know, because we are changing, the circumstances are changing, you know, everything is in this constant state of impermanence. And so the more we acknowledge the impermanence and the more we say, okay, you know, I have changed, things have changed, where am I at with this now? Is this still the same approach that I want to take, or do I want to do something different? It helps heal. your childhood wounds. It helps heal your all of your wounding. It gives you the opportunity to be in charge instead of those unhealed wounds to be in charge, because those unhealed wounds are the things that cause us to react the way that we do. And then you have the moon. In times of darkness, find solace in the knowledge that the light will return in times of brightness. Appreciate the illumination and let it guide your steps. Yeah, in times of darkness, the only thing to do is to focus on the light. Find the light and stay focused on it. Don't turn your head and look to the left or look to the right and see all the darkness and get disoriented again. Just stay focused on the light. That's what you do. And as you focus on the light, you get closer to the light and the light grows. And then the light takes over and the darkness fades, just like night fading into day. That's really and truly what happens. And the moon is our guide. The moon helps us find our way in the times of darkness. And the moon is that intuitive nature that we all possess, that soft energy of being able to really receive. It's not that bad times will never come or that dark times will never fall. They will. They always will. This is the nature of life. There's dark and there's light. And sometimes but we always have to remember that the whole time, if we're following the moon, the sun is out, because the sun is what's illuminating the moon. So we just have to get there. It's always there. It's always ready for us to find it. But it is, our situations are changing. We are changing. Their placement is changing. All we have to do is focus on the light, and we will eventually get there. And then you have this Mars energy on the bottom of the deck, and it says, your actions and intentions carry the potential to shape the world around you, to conquer challenges, and to transform dreams into reality. How we handle each step and each day and each, moment that we are in, the decisions, the choices, the actions that we take are important. But they're not in stone. If I walk on a beach and leave footprints in the sand, they're not going to be there permanently. If I walk across my lawn and some of the grass flattens down underneath my feet, the next time I come out, it will have sprung back up, hopefully. You know what I mean? How we are moving through the world is very, very important, but we always have the opportunity to change. We always have the opportunity to set a different intention or to make a different decision, or to just let something go that maybe it wasn't our best moment. Maybe, maybe what we endured, or what fell across our path, or, the circumstances of that moment were not pleasant. Maybe they were really, really hard. If we hold on to that, we will drown, we will sink. It will be that 10 of Wands burden. And, until we decide to let it go, and we can always make the choice to let it go. We can always release something. We can always let it go. But the more we are in the present moment and we are letting go of the past, and we are allowing the future to be what the future is going to be without trying to control it, the more powerful we really are. So even if that is your only intention, is just to be present in this moment and to allow this moment to reveal itself and to unfold, and to not worry about the past and to not worry about the future, and just know that it's impermanent, and know that it's going to change, and know that, the best thing that we can really do is just try to be our best selves in all situations, and allow, our true power to shine. And to remember that, yeah, I'm just going to leave it there. All right, so I have these, the Secrets of a Lover's Journey Oracle, and we're going to get a look at these. You have divine masculine and you have divine feminine, and this asteroids also gives me the impression of some type of communication or some kind of a news coming in. And with Mars, it is like, what decision are you going to make? And it feels like it's not set in stone. It feels like you have an opportunity here to evaluate how you want to move forward. And I think part of the evaluation is, is this an opportunity for you to be at your best self? Is this an opportunity for you to shine? And how will it affect not just you, but the world around you? Wow, okay. You guys have been, for quite a long time, been getting this energy of like coming out of a dark time, or coming out of a lonely time, or coming out of like, it feels more like a cocoon. It may feel like darkness, because I'm sure it is dark inside the cocoon, but the cocoon is sort of this like place of transformation, and that's really the like overarching feeling that I get every time this energy comes up in one of your readings. It says here, it says struggling alone. It says dark night of the soul, suffering and scarcity. Now, also keep in mind, if this isn't resonating as you or your energy, it may be your person's energy. What happens when, gosh, I'm trying to think of the right example here, but if a stone has jagged edges and you put it in a river of rushing water and it sits there for a long time, what happens to the stone? It softens. The sharp edges sort of get worn away. And it feels like that's kind of what happened, or that's kind of like maybe even what the purpose was. And sometimes those rough edges are, what it's coming through as pretty strongly is like a defense mechanism. Like a defense mechanism. I don't know. It feels like a protection. It's giving me like, it's giving me a lot of the symbology from the moon card. It's giving me like a lobster or a crab and water, and also like sharp buildings, and then like a steel door kind of energy. Like, feeling like all things that when pushed into a corner shut instead of open. You know what I mean? I don't even know how to really say it. Anyway, and maybe the moon card symbology is because it is coming from this subconscious. Like it's not something we're totally aware of, but it is definitely affecting us. And that it feels like the answer to it is opening up instead of closing down. It feels like the answer is like, I don't know, I'm getting like opening the doors and like letting the water flow. Water is typically like symbolic of our emotions, so it may be that somebody doesn't want to feel something, so they have a tendency to really lock it down or protect it or shut it down or get defensive around it. And this may be some like going through this dark night of the soul, or this whole experience, to sort of open up to the flow of it. And also maybe to let it release, to let it go, to not hold on to it, to not be sucked down by the weight of it. Well, and then, my gosh, you have this like getting in the way energy, and it says karmic interference foes, third-party energies. So literally there could be some kind of third-party situation here, but also this can be like the wound is the third party, you know, or whatever we're trying to protect is the third party. Or maybe we're trying to protect a relationship and there is a third party, you know, and we shut down because, you know, it's not a situation. We're not in the right position in the situation. But we're so drawn to it with this mysterious allure. It's like it's something that we still kind of desire, or something that we keep, you know, one eye on, or we it's almost like that energy of like, I don't know why I can't let this go, or I don't know why I still feel this way, or I'm still attracted, or I still care, but I do. You know, it's like I can't even understand it. And yeah, then you have the enigma, which is really like that, you know, question, that mystery. And then you have letting love enter. So I don't know if this is with a past person or if this is a new person, but there's something here that someone is gaining a deeper level of understanding of, I've always handled it this way. What if I change and handle it this way? And, you know, because it's kind of like I've tried to just stop having it, but I can't let it go for some reason. There's something that's always calling me back, and it's a mystery, and it's something I can't figure out. So maybe I just need to change my approach to it instead of changing how I feel about it or how I see it. On the bottom of the deck, you have seeing myself in you, and on that card, it literally says triggering reflections and mirroring souls. So could be, you know, a deep soul connection, could be a twin flame. And I did choose some message cards. So this is interesting. I'm interested to see what these say. For Pisces, please, Spirit. For Pisces. For Pisces. For Pisces. You are my only love interest, and I am here to stay. I pushed you away because I felt smothered and unworthy of your love, kindness, and affection. It will take time and patience, but we can overcome our differences. Let's explore some solutions together. I ghosted you because I want to keep my options open. I know you have feelings for me, but I'm not so sure we're a good fit. I want to feel the warmth of your body next to mine. Are you ready for a night of passion? I fantasize about kissing you. You are my happy thought. And on the bottom of the deck, I enjoy being a casual observer and watching you on social media. Okay, I have just a feeling here. I feel, Pisces, someone might be a little bit, I don't want to say obsessed, but that is sort of the feeling I'm getting with you. Okay. For some of you, if someone was dealing with a third-party situation, they chose the other person over you. For other people, this is a situation where this person may have said something like this or done something like this, ghosted you, and or said they wanted to keep their options open, or made you feel this way, or they may have even said, I'm not so sure we're a good fit, or something like that. And the reason actually is because this person was faced with a decision to like go deeper into the connection, or to, you know, not. And this person is someone who regularly chooses fear over love. And, you know, there's someone who choosing love makes them feel really unbalanced and out of control. And at the same time, you know, two things can be true at the same time, right? They can be rejecting you, but also really desiring and wanting a future with you. And maybe just telling themselves maybe it's just not the right time, or, you know, kind of lying to themselves about what their motivation is or why they feel this way, or even lying to you about it. Because I don't really feel like they're not sure you're a good fit. With the Two of Wands upright, this person sees their future with you. But with the Two of Pentacles in reverse, this person's making decisions out of fear to avoid feeling unbalanced or vulnerable. All right. Let's dive into the tarot, shall we, Pisces? It may be, even Pisces, that, you know, with those original oracle cards, the Mars and the Sun and the Moon and the Asteroid, that, you know, you came into contact with this person for a reason with that asteroid there. And it may have been to, like, really expose where something was off balance or where someone wasn't willing to be brave or to be vulnerable. Okay, yeah. So you have the Seven of Swords in reverse. This is that energy of being really misaligned, where, you know, our thoughts, our words, our actions, they're not the same. They don't match up. There's some kind of spiritual lesson available here, but with it being in reverse, it requires us to go within. It requires that introspection that I was talking about with the asteroid, about building ourselves back stronger. And I'm going to clarify this. Wow, okay. Wow, okay. Holy moly. So the Seven of Wands is being clarified by that Two of Coins, but it's upright this time with the Ace of Wands and the Eight of Coins. This person, in order to choose love over fear, in order to have the Two of Coins upright, this person needs to let go of a way of thinking that is not aligned with what they actually see, with the decision that they actually want to make. On the bottom of the deck, you have the Queen of Wands. This person, you know, they desire you. They're attracted to you. They want to be with you. With the Eight of Coins and the Ace of Wands, this person had to do the work. They had to go within. They had to learn something. They had to learn how to master themselves in order to be able to take advantage of this new beginning that they desire with the Ace of Wands here. Then you have the Ten of Pentacles, the Hangman, and the Knight of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is, you know, where we're investing in a long-term legacy and we're trying to build something of value, of meaning. Wow, so many aces. Somebody wants a new beginning, another chance here, Pisces. Yeah, this person may have been absent for a long time. But honey, no, don't bark. Girlfriend. I just got her home from the border and she's just trying to figure her life back out again. But this is something that it takes time. Honey, please don't bark. You know, the Ten of Pentacles is something, you know, you start with the Ace and you build and you invest and you work, and that's how you get to the Ten of Pentacles. And with the Hangman and the Knight of Pentacles, this is someone who's taking very slow and deliberate steps and really willing to sacrifice, to sort of take themselves out of the game in order to see it from a way that is healthy, from a perspective that is more enlightened, that is more clear. It's almost like, you know, when you're wounded, that wound is affecting everything and you can't really see it. You just know that you're not satisfied with your life, or you're not satisfied by the results you're getting, or sometimes you're even hard on yourself for your behavior, for what you said or how you acted or what you did, because it's not really in alignment with you. You know what I mean? Because it's coming from a space of wounding. And so it's like, it's sort of having this recognition. And with the Page of Wands in reverse, it is an energy of like, I didn't choose what I wanted. I went the other way. I let fear decide for me that I was going to cut myself off from the thing that I wanted. You know what I mean? And so it's sort of acknowledging that, like, I'm not really in control of my choices. I'm not really choosing what I desire because it feels like a risk, or it makes me feel unbalanced, or it makes me feel vulnerable. And, you know, with the Temperance, the Hangman, and I keep forgetting what this card is, the Knight of Pentacles, okay? It's a very slow moving energy. This is a very slow process. Someone's taking as long as it's going to take. And it may have even been you know, something that has occurred over time. I'm getting that energy of the rock at the bottom of the river, where the river is going hard and fast over it and wearing away those rough edges. It's like it takes time. It takes as long as it takes. It's not something that can actually really happen overnight. But with temperance, it is happening. It's balancing out, it's healing, it's grounding, it's centering, it's, you know, it may even be this moment where we're asking ourselves, wait, if my ambition or what I want or my intention is to have the 10 of Pentacles, why the hell am I running away from it? Let me lean into that. Let me really ask myself that. I can definitely see that energy in these cards. And, you know, I had this opportunity at what I really wanted, and I went the other way. Like, what? You know what I mean? And with the Emperor here, it's like, this is me taking the time that I need to take so that I can get this clearer perspective of what was motivating that, so that, you know, once you're aware of something, it empowers you to make a different decision. And it's like the Asteroids card with this Emperor card. It's kind of like someone who's saying, you know, okay, I can't control the circumstances, the atmosphere, the gravitational pulls of things out in space, and the fact that I fell off of something and I'm flying, hurtling through space. But you know what I can control? I can control like how I'm viewing it and how I'm responding to it. And that's the Emperor, where we go, okay, you know what? I'm empowering myself. I'm not looking at this like, oh my gosh, this is happening to me now. Oh my gosh, this is happening to me now. Oh my gosh, this is happening to me now. Instead, I'm looking at my own reactions, how I'm handling the situation. And if I'm proud of it, if I like it, if I don't like it, what's motivating it, what's not motivating it, what would I like it to look like if it doesn't look that way, and how do I get there? And where am I basically on the energetic spectrum? Am I walking the middle road, or am I in the shadow, or am I in the light? You know, because it's the shadow energy that makes us feel like everything is coming at us and that we're not empowered. And too much light energy doesn't really acknowledge the experience. So with this Ace of Coins, this is saying, you know, I had this opportunity. I didn't make the choice that I actually desired. What do I need to do? I need to take a time out. I need to look at this. I need to get another perspective. With the Knight of Pentacles, every step that I take from this point needs to be towards that end. However long it takes, I need to move toward being able to make choices that reflect what I desire. All right, so I want to be able to take advantage of opportunities when they come my way instead of being freaked out by them, right? So here we're getting the Lovers and the Nine of Swords. So, right, here it is. We have these choices. And, you know, when we make choices out of fear, here we go. We shut down. Four of Pentacles. You know, we protect ourselves. We operate out of a space of, I don't want to be vulnerable. I don't want to get hurt. I don't want to suffer anymore or ever again. So I'm going to make these choices that protect me out of fear. And when I do that, I'm actually not choosing my desire. I'm not choosing what I want. I'm actually choosing fear. And so my life reflects that. I don't feel quite satisfied with my life. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So we've got the Four of Wands with the Wheel of Fortune clarifying the Lovers. And then with the Nine of Swords, we have the Four of Cups with the Lovers and the Chariot. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Fool card. So this is about realizing that, you know, the Wheel of Fortune is, you know, hugely symbolic, that life is always in a constant state of flux and things are always going to change, you know, that everything is constantly changing. Nothing stays the same from moment to moment. It's always changing. And if we are riding this outside of the wheel, we're going up and down with the change, and our life feels like a roller coaster. When we are grounded and centered in our own energy, and, you know, we're the asteroid, we're still hurtling through space. We're still, you know, running into gravitational pulls and other asteroids and whatever else is out there. But when we bring our focus inside ourselves and we say, okay, How am I handling this? How am I doing? If I come across that gravitational pull, do I want to handle it the same way, or do I want to do something different? And the thing is that that is our choice. And when we keep our focus there, grounded and centered, we don't, see the yin yang symbol. I actually love this Wheel of Fortune card. The yin yang symbol, it reminds us that in every darkness there is light, and in every light there is darkness, and that is the balance, and that is the like fundamental truth of the fundamental truth of the fundamental truth. And it's in the center here. And so when you can just sort of accept that whatever comes our way, there is good in it, and there is light in it, and there is dark in it. And so what are we choosing to focus on? And when our focus is ourself, and saying, okay, where am I on the spectrum of light and dark in this situation? How am I handling this? What is the result I am getting? What can I learn from that? How do I feel about what I did or how this occurred? Then that's when we come to this empowered position, because we're not riding up and down with this roller coaster of life. We're instead going within and empowering ourselves and making ourselves stronger and choosing how to navigate our life. And then the next time that gravitational pull comes and we give it a different answer, we give it a different response, and it's one that we're proud of and one that's in alignment with our true beliefs because we have considered it and we have implemented it, that feeling is very much different. Even if it was being plunged into darkness, if we handle it well, we're still going to feel good about it. We're still going to be focused on the light that is within it. And the fact that we learned that, oh, wow, I handled that differently. If I had not come across this again, I would not have known. And that sense of accomplishment is a really beautiful feeling. That sense of accomplishment of I am changing in a way that I am happy about. I am changing in a way that is empowering and that is helpful and good for me. That is winning at the game of life, And so with this Four of Wands, this is talking about a very strong foundation. This is talking about, not just the foundation, but even being able to call down the experiences that we want into our lives and experiencing those instead. Because now whatever comes our way, we're able to turn it into that. We're able to find that in it. And then we don't need to control life, and then we're not white knuckling it and gripping it and doing things we're not proud of to try to make it be what we need it to be or want it to be in that moment. So then you have this Nine of Swords, which is, like what we're afraid of. And with the Four of Cups, it's like, I'm afraid of being let down. I'm afraid of being disappointed yet again. I'm afraid of not getting what I want, but I'm also afraid of missing the opportunity of that Ace of Pentacles. I'm also afraid that if I don't do it, I'm never going to have the chance at the Ten of Pentacles, which is what I actually desire. And so if I continuously choose fear and I continuously don't choose what I desire, and I say no to life all the time, and I keep myself safe and I keep myself away from suffering, but I don't experience joy and I don't experience accomplishment and I don't experience the rush of going for what I really want in life, come a good outcome or a bad one, then what kind of life am I living? It's a small life, I may not be suffering, but how am I growing, So with the Lovers and the Chariot, this is the choice. Do I stay here and do I stay small? And do I, I'm afraid of being disappointed, but I will get nothing but disappointment if I allow fear to always win. Or do I go for it with the Chariot and say, okay, I'm empowered. I know how to surf. I've told you many times the quote of Sir Swami Satchidananda, I can't stop the waves, but I can learn to surf. And with the Chariot, this is that balance, very much the same. This is masculine and feminine, same with yin and yang, right? And I'm going to say, you know what? I understand this part of life. I understand this part of the game. I understand that so much of it is keeping my own balance, keeping my own center, and really, asking myself, how do I want to respond to what's in front of me? Not to prevent it from coming in front of me, but to instead write it to the best of my ability. And so with the Fool card, I'm no longer afraid to step out and take the risk and take the plunge. You know, the Fool card does not carry the Ten of Wands. The Fool card is not saddled and weighed down by past experiences that he hasn't released. He is free to move. Okay, let's see what's happening here. So I don't know if this is you or your person, Pisces, but someone's going through a transformation. They're getting ready to step out into life unafraid. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Devil. We have the Four of Wands again with the King of Swords. Interesting. Interesting. Oh, whoa. Wait a freaking minute. So I feel someone's coming in to challenge your comfort zone, Pisces. This can be a past person. This could be a new person. You guys have had a lot of Aries energy here. You have Libra, Taurus, you have Cancer, you have Capricorn, you've had Taurus energy. You have a lot of different signs here. This is an opportunity to really step into your full power here, Pisces. Or it's actually, I feel like it's going to sort of call you to the edge of your comfort zone, or it's going to, it's something that can empower you. It's something that can place you in a position of power, you know, into divine feminine energy. So we have the Nine of Coins in reverse. This is clarifying the Four of Wands. So remember, the Four of Wands is where what we've been manifesting actualizes in reality. And with the Empress and the Emperor, we're talking about divine masculine and divine feminine. This can be you within yourself, that energy of divine masculine and divine feminine. But it can also be like definitely a soulmate coming in to challenge you to rise above this Nine of Coins energy that, you know, you worked really hard to get in, but it is a single energy. And so you may be in a comfort zone of, you know, I'm good by myself. I like being by myself. You know, I've worked hard to have what I have and to get where I've gotten. But this may be a challenge to that. This may be where it's like, okay, a real true opportunity with a soulmate to like couple up. The Four of Wands is also an energy that talks about deep soul connections, or 11-11 twin flame kind of energy. And so, you know, it's kind of like, you know, you're going to have to release this cushy, nice place that you've built for yourself where you're kind of safe, in order to have this. But you do have what it takes, and you did manifest this. With the Empress and the Four of Wands, 1,000,000% you manifested it. Guys, another reading where you're getting the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups in the same reading. So you've got the King of Swords with the Five of Swords, with the King of Cups, with the Magician and the Ten of Cups. This is classic, you know, somebody who has a tendency to overthink, and when they, or to really analyze or logic a lot, and ask themselves, does this make sense? Is this logical? Am I setting myself up for failure here, or am I setting myself up for success? Or, you know, there's someone who can really talk themselves out of taking a risk, because risk is inherent in everything, and risk will never appear to be logical, will never appear to be a good idea to someone who's logical. And so with the Devil on the bottom of the deck and the King of Swords and the Five of Swords, this is someone who has a tendency to get stuck in the thinking of things and to sort of sabotage themselves, or to come to the place of fear and illusion through thought and thinking. With the King of Cups and the Magician, this is someone who does have deep feelings and is capable of, you know, emotionally processing, and does actually deeply desire this emotional contentment with another person. But this logic, this overthinking is the thing that has a tendency to sort of shut them down. But with the Magician, this is telling me that this is someone who's tapping into the idea that they have more tools than just thinking about things, that there are more solutions to it than just mentally processing it. And it's sort of someone who's coming into this understanding of, well, you know, my desire, I have those desires for a reason. They're guiding me, they're leading me. Why would I have that desire that I can't let go of if not for it being an important tool for me? You know, and yeah, I have these deep feelings and I have this ability to process feelings on a deep level. Why would I have that if, you know, feelings were just meant to not exist, or I was supposed to just push them down or ignore them, you know? And with the Pentacles, it's like I have this deep desire to invest and to build something that matters, that leaves a legacy. Why would I have that? Why would I have access to that if that wasn't, you know, a tool that I'm supposed to be using? So it's kind of like this person who's like, hold on a minute, I have more tools in my tool chest than just a sword. And, you know, when my outcome that I'm really looking for is the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles, I'm not sure the sword is the right tool, you know, kind of energy. So with the Devil, it's someone who is, you know, coming to this place of being able to see that the thinking is sort of part of what's defeating them and part of what is keeping them trapped in kind of like a fear space. Wow, there's the moon on the bottom of the deck. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh my goodness gracious. Pisces, I feel like you have someone who is like a committer, someone who is reliable, someone who is feeling confident and secure, where, you know, this can be a new person. This you don't have judgment here. You don't have, this can be a new person. For some of you it's a past person, but for some of you it's a new person. This is something that you don't see coming, but somebody is like, I'm not going to live my life with a lot of regrets about this decision that I didn't make. You know, I could see my future with Pisces, and, you know, I didn't choose it. I didn't choose it because I wasn't brave enough in that moment. But now, in the energy of the King of Pentacles and the Chariot, where I feel like I'm understanding life and how to, you know, balance the masculine and the feminine, the receptive and the action energy in my life, and where I'm understanding the Wheel of Fortune, how it works, and that there's, you know, dark in every light and light in every dark, you know, that, you know, I just have to go for it. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, at least I went for it. At least I will find the light in it, even if it ends in darkness. You know what I mean? So this is someone who's coming forward really empowered and really sure about themselves. And, you know, part of what is really motivating them to make this move is that they don't want to have any regrets. If they can see themselves with you, they don't want to go, wonder if that would have worked out for the rest of their life. Yeah, look at that. See, this person may already have regrets. For some of you, yes, this is a past person. Look at this. Tons of Leo energy right here. 6 of Wands, Leo, Strength, Leo. You had the Sun of Leo also. So this is someone who is, they're overcoming energy that has kept them stuck, to be able to come forward in confidence, and feeling like, yeah, of course, this is going to lead to success regardless. Because it will lead to success regardless if that's your attitude. And I don't mean success as in we're going to get married and have a white picket fence. I mean, it's going to come to success. I'm going to learn a lot in the process, and it will have been worth it in the end, kind of energy. And I'm not going to put pressure on it to turn out a certain way. I'm just going to allow it to evolve, and I'm just going to keep my focus on the energy of the yin and yang and the Chariot and the Asteroid, and, you know, looking for the positive and maintaining my sense of self. And, you know, how am I doing? How am I handling this? Do I like the way I'm handling it? Am I spending 3 days processing it after it's happening? If so, I probably didn't like my behavior right there. So what can I learn from it? Not, I gotta freak out, I gotta react, I have to be perfect, I have to be right, I gotta, you know, justify this thing in my head for 3 days to be right, because I can't admit I was wrong, I can't admit that I screwed up something that I really wanted in my life, you know. No, it's all about just being like, this is an experience, and I open myself to the experience, and I trust myself and the tools that I have and my understanding of the universe and the way that it works, that in the end, it will be worth it regardless. And hopefully it will turn out successfully. All right, so Pisces, it seems you have someone coming in. It seems like this is someone who feels like a solid choice of a person. All right, for Pisces, dealing with the water sign. All right, this relationship is moving toward a sacred union. I feel so happy with you. I won't let you down. Unhealed wounds are blocking forward movement. Clear your energy field and focus on yourself before acting. Denial. Detach with love to clearly see the truth. All right. If you're dealing with a fire sign, go slow. Take time to get to know each other. I wonder how you feel. I look for you everywhere. You inspire me. Old wounds and childhood issues need revisiting. Time alone or in nature will help you recharge. Okay. And if you're dealing with an earth sign, we need to let each other go. I can't get enough of you. I still have feelings for you. An addiction is affecting this relationship, and I feel so drawn to you. And if you are dealing with an air sign, find time to laugh, goof off, and enjoy each other. I would do it all again. I love you unconditionally. Children are important to this partnership. I want to be more than friends, and finding out the truth crushed me. All right, guys, this is what we have. I really hope this helps. I thank you guys so much for joining me, old and new subscribers, and hopefully if you continuously watch my readings, you will subscribe. But I hope this helped, and I hope this brought you some peace and clarity. And until next time, guys, I send you off with all my very best. It's really good to be back with you. Until next time, bye-bye.